Hey everyone, and welcome back to Budget with Alicia. If you're new here, I am Alicia. I am 25 and I live in Canada. I am a single lady and I do cash envelope stuffing videos. I will also be working on doing some other videos like budget with me's, counting my sinking funds, all kinds of different things that are going to be coming in the new year. I'm just working out some kinks and figuring out how I want to do the uploads and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that for sure. If you guys could do me a big favor before we even get started here today, can you please give that a big thumbs up on this video, please? And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. All right, so let's start here. Today is November 6th, and we will be doing our first paycheck for November. But before we do that, we're going to put all of my change into these containers that is left over from my last pay period. So here is the money that is left over. It's not a whole lot of change, but here in Canada, we do not have dollar bills, so we have loonies and toonies. I don't know if I've ever showed them before, but if you're from the States, this is a toonie, so it's a $2 coin. And this here is a loonie, so it's a dollar coin. So instead of the dollar bills, we have coins. So I'm just going to throw this in here. I'll probably throw it in fast forward so you don't have to hear all the clinking and clanking. But then from then on, I'm not going to do any fast forwards. We're going to do a full chatty cash envelope stuffing this time. So let's throw this money in here quick and we'll keep on going. There we go, all empty and ready for our next pay period change. In case you're wondering why I have two different containers. One is for my nickels, dimes, and quarters, because in Canada we don't have any pennies. And then the other one is for the loonies and toonies, like I had said. So let's just get the money out. We have quite a bit of money here to stuff, and I'm also stuffing a couple of things that I don't normally stuff. So this should be awesome. I'm gonna move these guys back a little bit out of the way. That I don't normally stuff on camera, I'm going to stuff today, and I'll explain why when we get there. Just 1 second here. Let's get these guys going. Let me know down below how your week's been. This weekend here in Canada, it's super warm, which it typically isn't. And we had snow a few days ago, and this weekend it's like 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. You guys can look it up. I have no idea. But it is quite warm here today, and it should be all weekend. So we're going to be doing a fire, I believe, tonight, and doing some s'mores and hot dogs and stuff. So that's pretty exciting, and kind of celebrate the last probably good weekend before the snow flies. But here we go. We got all our money set up here. Things are looking good. I moved my my last videos, you probably noticed my TV is usually right here, so I don't have as much room. But I moved everything off the desk to try and get natural light from my window. But it was really like shaded in certain areas because my window has a seam down the middle of it. So it did not work out. So I put the blinds back up and I'm using my ring light. But at least I have more room so we can actually see things a little bit better. And hopefully the quality will be a little bit better. But what we're going to do here. So my credit card, we're going to start with credit card. My credit card fund, it's more like a deposit fund. When I do up my new video or my new envelopes for next year, I'm going to put deposit on this instead. Sometimes it is for my credit card. Like if I were to buy something for Christmas, let's say, which is why there's a lot of money in here right now, because I've been buying quite a few things on Amazon and stuff, for Christmas gifts. But typically, like if I were to buy something online, or if I were to have money that I wanted to put into my bank account or whatever, I would just put all that money in here and then I would just deposit it. So instead of it saying credit card, I think I'm going to change it to deposit, because some of the money is for credit card and some of it's for other things. So this is actually for credit card to pay for a couple of things. I am going to be putting $50 in here for credit card this pay period. And typically I don't show the couple of bill things that I save in cash on my channel, but I'm going to do that this time. So 51, 50, I always do. I'm such a... Okay. I can't do math. So what we're going to do is 51, 50, 60, 80, 2, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. So we have 300 in there right now. I can't remember exactly what I need. I will be putting a little bit more money because I did buy myself a couple of things that I just splurged and I probably shouldn't have, but now I'm paying it back to myself. So I will have to double check what my balance will be for this next this next credit card bill, and the remainder of whatever is missing will come out of next pay period. Just so I don't have to put it all at one time, because I do know that I have to put I think my Netflix and a couple of things are still outstanding as well that will be on my next bill. Next we're gonna put my rent money in here. I don't normally do this just because I just feel like it's kind of lame, but I'll put $100 in this envelope, and then those are the two bills that I don't normally do on camera, but I thought I would this time, so that's those. Now we're gonna move on to my cash envelopes. So I only have 4, technically kind of 3. So I have spending, gas, and food, and then I have my giving one. Now my giving one I do keep in my wallet to do whatever the heck I want with it, to give people nice gifts or do whatever. Not really gifts, but random acts of kindness or something like that. And I do roll that money over to the next pay period, whereas these ones I don't. I do have a collection of money over here that will be moved into other sinking funds that were from these the last pay period. But we'll start with food. So normally I put $60 into food, but this time I'm going to be putting $80. Now the reason for that is because I decided that I wanted to get some snacks and stuff to leave at work. Move this down a little bit. To leave at work so that I had them for whenever, but I never really have enough money in my budget to like buy a decent amount of like snack foods just to leave at work for afternoons and stuff. So I gave myself a little bit of extra money so that I could pay for that. So we're going to add $80 this pay period. $50, $60, $70, and $80. So $50, $70, $80. Throw that in there. Next is spending, and spending this time is going to get 20. I normally only give myself 10, but I thought I'll give myself a little bit extra money this time. I'm trying to allow myself to actually spend my spending money. I pretty much never do, but I'm trying to like somewhat allow it for myself because I feel like I always just try and save it, even though I technically have it for things, and like I feel like I just never use it. So I'm going to try and actually maybe spend something on myself here. If not, I might put it in my credit card because I did spend a little bit of money for things. A couple of things I bought myself. So I guess I did spend something. And then next is gas. So for gas, it's going to get 40. I normally give myself 50, but I usually have money left over anyway. And I thought I'll cut a little bit of money there because I am putting more money in my sinking funds than I normally do. And I also gave myself more money in spending on food than I normally do. So I thought I would cut back a little bit on gas since I usually have $20 or $30 left over sometimes. So we'll do 20, 25... Oh, sorry, 20, 30, 40. 20, 30, 40. Perfect. Throw that in there. And then for giving, I'm just going to give myself $5. I did spend some, so there's not as much money in here as there was before. There's now there was 15, so there'll be 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. This is the wrong way. There we go. Beautiful. So then we're going to get started on the sinking funds. Now I have literally decided, for whatever reason, not sure why, but to actually fund like pretty much all my sinking funds unless they're already fully funded. So we're going to be funding quite a few, but not a ton of money in each one. Which is why there's a lot of 5s and 10s, because it's usually 5 or 10. The negative thing, like I think I've mentioned this before, but I so wish that we had dollar bills, because I've seen like the trend where whenever you have something funded or you're not worrying about that fund, you put $1 in every time, so you're always funding every single one. And I wish we could do that in Canada, but you can't really, because you'd have to put $5. So you'd have to put $5 in every single one, which it does add up. Like, not that it's a ton of money, but it does definitely add up. To put 5 in every single one of my funds, because I do have quite a few funds altogether, especially if I included the ones that are already funded. So kind of sucks that you can't do that, but it's okay. So first is budgeting YouTube. Now this is for budgeting supplies, and or if I was going to do a giveaway, which I will be doing a giveaway hopefully soon, but I also have to buy the budgeting supplies for next year, like my new binder, my new, like anything I need for that, new stickers, that kind of stuff to do my budgeting. So I will have to order some stuff for that. So I am going to do that, because I did pick out a binder and stuff. So I actually already ordered my binder, but I do need a couple of other things as well. So that's awesome. So I'm just going to put $10 in here. There's nothing in it right now, and I haven't put anything in it since, looks like May, but we'll put 2 5s in here, why not? But I don't need a ton of stuff. I do have most of the stuff, and I like a lot of the stuff that I already have, and I still have a lot of it, so I don't really need to buy a whole lot, but I did want to save a little bit before the new year. Next is gifts. I believe I did spend a little bit out of here, but we're going to put $10 in here. Throw 10 in here. Sorry, I guess you guys can't see that, can you? There we go. 10. So 215. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15. Perfect. 215. Now, I think I mentioned this before, for everyone who is new though. Gifts is for pretty much all the gifts throughout the year, any birthdays, any stag and does, anything like that at all that comes up, wedding gifts, anything like that. The only things it doesn't include is Christmas, my birthday, my nephew's birthday, and my brother's birthday. Everything else is included in this, and I would just take money out of it to pay for whatever expense comes up. Next is my birthday, and I'm going to put $10 in here this time. And it's getting kind of up there, to be honest. I don't know how much I want, really. I'll probably stop at like 150, because I really don't have anything I need to buy. Like, I'll probably just buy myself a couple of things or whatever. And it's already at 85, and I don't really know, like, other than going for dinner or something, like, I don't know what else I really want to do, so. And we don't really know with COVID yet if by then it'll be better and we can go out, or who knows. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. It isn't till March, so hopefully things will be somewhat back to normal by then, but we honestly have no idea what's going to happen. We could get more wind and then have to shut down. Who knows? Right now here we're not shut down, and luckily I'm in a small area in Ontario, so we haven't had really any cases in our area at all, which is nice. It makes us not quite so worried and everything, but we just never know. Things could happen, and I mean, it only takes one case to really spread it around in this area, so you just never know. Austin is my nephew, and he is going to get $5. His birthday isn't till the summer, so I just started refunding it recently. So we got lots of time still. So we should have 35. 20, 25, 30, 35. Perfect. Next is summer, and it's going to get 5. And it had 45, so it should have 50. $20, $40, $45, $50. My goal for this fund is about 200. I had 200 last year. It just kind of lets me, you know, if I want to go on a road trip, if I want to get ice cream, like just to do a couple of fun things in the summer that I don't have to then put into my normal budget or take from my normal money. Next is makeup and hygiene. And it is going to get 10. I did take, I think, 10 or something, 20 out of here. So we're just going to beef it back up. So it should have 75. So 20, 40, 60, 75. Perfect. Next is entertainment, and it's going to get 5. Entertainment is kind of for if I wanted to go and do something. Right now, everything's kind of closed. But if I want to go to the movies or something, then it kind of is for that. So 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. I haven't really been doing much, so I'm just kind of adding a little bit of money. I don't want to really put too much in there. Next is clothes. I wasn't funding this for quite a while, but I am now. So I'm going to put $5 in here. So we got 20, 40, 50, 55, 60. Next is spoil yourself. This would just be for whatever. I'm probably going to buy myself a couple of things from my cat for myself for Christmas. And I'll probably take some of it out of this, to be honest. I don't really have much in here. There will be $15. So nothing crazy, but that way if I want to buy something, I don't have to feel too bad about doing so. Next is beauty. I haven't funded this in a really long time. In fact, I defunded it quite a while ago. Back in May, I defunded it. Oh no, July. Back in July, I defunded it, but I'm going to start putting money in here again. So I'm going to put $10 in here. Now this would be for going to get my hair done, if I want to get my nails done, like something like that, or if I want to buy a more expensive makeup product that isn't like a necessity, I would also take it from there. Next is car maintenance, and it's going to get 20. I do have to get my winter tires put on in like just over a week before our next pay, so I will probably have some taken out of this for that. $2.95. Should be $2.95. So we got 10, 15, 20. Perfect. So we got 50, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95. Perfect. I'm not sure how much it costs to put your snow tires on. Mine are on rims, so I don't think it's too much. It might be like $50 or something. I'm not sure. But I have the money to cover it, so I'm not worried about it. Next is trips. This one I'm just going to put 5. I hadn't been doing this one for quite a while, but I'm going to restart a little bit. I just realized that there's a 10 still underneath these 5s. Oh my goodness, we don't got much left here. We're going to have a problem. 1 second here. I need 3 5s. So I'm just going to flip those out and put this one in. Didn't do the nominations properly. Classic. Okay. Next is passport. And I'm getting my passport so that I can go to Nashville with my grandma. I haven't been really funding it a whole heck of a lot, only because we can't go to the States right now anyway. And I'm still not funded for my Nashville trip either. I haven't really been focusing on it that much. I've been working on other goals. So I'm still working on both the Nashville trip and getting my passport. But I'll need my passport in order to go, I believe. Yeah. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm not sure why I said I believe. I definitely do need my passport in order to go to the States. Next is dental. Now I am going to get a cleaning this week, I believe it is. And I'm still on my mom's benefits, so I don't think I'm going to have to pay too much. But I'm also getting a night guard because apparently I grind my teeth in my night, probably because of my anxiety. So I'm not sure. I think that's going to be $70 as well. So I'm hoping that $200 altogether will cover whatever is not covered by the insurance, but I wanted to get that stuff done. And then once I'm done funding that, I will also be starting to fund dental a little bit more to pay for my wisdom teeth, because I'm going to be off my mom's insurance at the end of December, and I didn't have to, I don't know, I put it off and nobody wanted to do them because they were impacted, and it was just a whole thing. So I'm probably going to have to pay for them when I'm not insured. And just in case, I want to put that amount of money, it's about $2,500. I want to save that above and put it in my emergency fund, up and above my emergency fund, because that way I have it if I ever need it. Sometimes you don't need your wisdom teeth taken out at all, and maybe that'll happen, or maybe I'll have benefits by the time it matters, or whatever, who knows. But I want to save it above because I do foresee it happening. So I don't want to just be like, oh, well, that's my emergency funds for, because really I can foresee this emergency already taking place. So just in case, if it were to happen before I had the money saved, then obviously I would take it from my emergency fund. But yeah, I just want to kind of start preparing myself for that. So miscellaneous is just going to get $5. That was a long rant. I'm sorry. Trying to do a bit of a chatty one. I feel like I never talk about myself or anything really very much on this channel, and I want to start being a little more personable with everybody. So we got that done there. So that is all of our normal sinking funds for this pay period, but we do have a little bit more to stuff still, which is awesome. Love stuffing money. But here's all of our funds all funded. So exciting. Okay, so here we go. So for my leftover money from October, we had $10 in food, $30 in gas, $0 in spending, and then I also sold a couple of books for $20. So I have $60 to fund into other funds right here. So the first one is going to be, I'm doing this backwards, but that's okay. The first one is going to be shopping trip. Now, I had funded every single one of my funds and then realized I didn't fund shopping trip. The reason for that is because when I went through it to do my budget, I completely forgot about it because I had it in my wallet to put a sticker on it, because if anyone watched my other videos, they know that it was in my Taylor Swift envelope, which it didn't need to be. And then I went to make a new envelope and I forgot that it existed. So I forgot to include it. So I'm going to put $20 in here because that's what I should be putting in. every pay period, and I completely forgot about it. So I'm going to put $20 in here. So this should be at 90. That was a long drawn out thing as well. I'm sorry. I was just explaining myself to myself mostly. I'm just making excuses. Okay. So 50, 70, 80, 85, 90. So this will be for my shopping trip next year with my friend Emma. So there is that. I'm going to put $20 into Getaway. Now my Getaway fund, I'll talk to you guys about that before we end off the video here, but it is electronic. So I don't have an envelope for it. I do have an envelope for it, but because I was doing it in cash, but I've decided to change it over to electronic. So I've put all the money in there and I now transfer them. So I will talk about the ones that I transferred as well before we finish this off with this video. But I do have $20 that will also be going in there. So I will put it with my credit card once I put a little sticky note on it to remind myself that it's not to pay my credit card and that it's for Getaway. But that will go in there. I'm going to put $10 into Lila. The reason for that, she gets her spay this week. And there was a $400 amount that I had put in there for her, and then I took $10 out to buy her a collar, which looks super freaking cute. Check out my Instagram. Maybe I'll post a picture of her with it because it's so cute. But I'm technically $10 short now, so I thought I'll put it back up to $400 just in case. It shouldn't be that much. I'll let you guys know next pay period how much it ended up being for it, but 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 400. But I just wanted to make sure that if for some reason something happened and they had to charge me more or whatever, I wanted to make sure I had enough money. So I got that back up to 400. Perfect. And the last one is going to be car maintenance again. I thought I'll throw a little bit of extra money in there, solely because I have to get my tires switched out, so I will be actually taking money out of it, so I thought I'll put a little bit more in. So we'll put $10 in there, so it'll be $305. So we got 50, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 305. Perfect. I do have a really old car, so I do like to contribute as much as I can, or as often as I can to my car maintenance, because you just never know. Okay, so for the electronic ones, I did put $15 into tires. I have already fully funded new summer tires, but I also have to fund new winter tires. So I mixed them together. I have like $500 towards it. I need $900. Or maybe I guess now as of this $15, I think I had $520 in there towards it, and I need $900. So we're still working on that. I don't need my winter tires for probably another, like, not next winter, but the next winter, hopefully. So that'll be good. And then summer, I should be able to use them again another year. They didn't think that I would be able to, but because I don't really drive very much, I didn't really wear them out at all this season. So I think I'll be able to use them again. For Getaway, I put $25 in there, and then I'll add the other 20 in there. So it'll be $45 altogether. And for Nashville, I put 10. So it's just a couple of funds that I do electronically. And not for really any specific reason, mostly because they have larger goals to be fully funded. And I don't want to have like a bunch of goals that are really high, all in cash, just in case. You just never know what's going to happen. So I don't want to have them all, on me. But that is this week's episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching, it is now just about 30 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. But have a good week, everybody. Bye.